A cartwheel on the main pitch.
Ladies
nice
and gentlemen,
moment for him and his family.
For the Shield final, please welcome
behind
Uruguay
this smoke, these two teams will be nervous, they'll be excited, and they want to come out to this cathedral of sevens.
Uruguay and Japan, Los Cheros and Brave Blossoms drummed onto the Hong Kong stadium for this 13th place final. There's Japan's tournament so far. They got the win against Hong Kong a little earlier. That got them through to this stage. One more game, game 6 for them. Likewise for Uruguay. They had 2 wins. They beat Great Britain in pool play. Lifted the roof when that happened. And then Kenya, another coronation, 10-7 to get to this stage. Your referee, Craig Chan, a local whistleblower, will take care of this one. Under lights in Hong Kong. All the finals, all the medal matches coming your way. Camille Latianara awaits kickoff. Los Teros in their sky blue shirts will get it started. It may be the battle for 13th, but it means plenty. And it will be Camille Latianara who runs it up to the 10-metre line. Japan offload the ball. They won qualification to the Sevens World Series as a coronation on this pitch. A few years ago, it's been stolen though by Uruguay. Vinal's involved, and a breakaway. Irel Guy for Uruguay. Tackle made by Maruo for Japan, but arriving is the big figure of Carlos Deos. And he will thunder in for Los Teros. Uruguay strike first.
Their biggest player just makes an impression underneath the posts. Carlos Diaz is in support. This is the high tackle, the collar tackle. You're not allowed to do. Well, advantage was played on, and a pass later. This is the outcome. 21-year-old. What a journey for these young men. We saw the scenes in Santiago. The relation then, and they are not far off the same, loving it here in Hong Kong.
They're called Los Teros, but the badge, that's a southern lap wing. Just in case you're wondering, Vix.
I wonder what you were looking at before.
Okay.
Well, they've had a flying start here.
Well, they just had their wings clipped.
Yeah. Give back for Japan. Simon Amor, of course, the head coach of Japan, won 4 Hong Kong Sevens titles here, captaining England 02 to 06. And Uruguay have it back.
Talk about inspiration. I remember watching those as a young lad. That early 2000s England Sevens team, well, not only has it led to a lot of the coaches now being on the sideline, but they were all conquering here in Hong Kong.
There's a great interview with Simon Amor and Mike Friday. There he is, the pocket computer, as Mike Friday calls him. Recently an assistant coach with the England 15-a-side team. Said he fell out of love with the game a little bit. Back in sevens though now, I'm really enjoying being the leader of this Japan team.
Well, and ironically, a team that Eddie Jones also has coached with Japan.
There are plenty of connections through different forms of the game across territories. Uruguay have a penalty.
This is where you want to see Uruguay. Down the middle of the pitch, they've got some big runners, as we've seen already, and a couple of fantastic playmakers.
Alvarez coming on.
One of the guys looking at a few injuries. I mean, also talk about this level of physicality that they've experienced in 3 days. More travel than they're used to, more rugby at a higher intensity. This is very much the first step on their HSBC court status, and it's a brilliant effort so far, but they've just got to keep building and building. Every point counts.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the social media clip, but the 15-a-side team are in Europe at the moment, part of the November internationals, and they were all watching their game against Great Britain yesterday live on a big screen in their team room. A lot of these players play both forms of the game. Some of these players will be heading across up to the Northern Hemisphere after this match. Brasiones. Alvarez, the player off the bench for Uruguay. There's Uruguay. Set up the previous try. The captain, Diego Ardeo, who's been leading them with aplomb as usual.
Stand back on, 5-1 offside. That's it. Scrum call.
Ardeo, one of those players to look out for. Real start for the Uruguayans. And talk about going into the world of 15s from 7s. And from past experiences, you go there and everything's in slow motion. It's amazing. Your skills are sharper, clearly you're fitter. The only downside is sometimes you don't get a lot of ball. And after playing a game of 7s where you have a significant number of actions every single game, it can be a little bit testing of your patience at times. But that's something to say. 7s will champion their 15s program undoubtedly in Uruguay.
Attacking scrum for Uruguay. Brasiones just clips, almost through, gets up, goes again. Brasiones reaches out. Not sure he grounded it clearly. They'll check it.
Well, it looked absolutely fine. Then he threw off the initial focus of how he looked up at the referee when he put it down. The look of guilt. So all it has to do is hit the white line, and any blade of grass, he can get the roll of the ball as well. That hits the white line, no problems with that.
Thank you.
Try good. Brasiones all smiles, oh yeah.
One of these brilliantly passionate Uruguayan fans, but as well as that, the player in the middle. Brasiones has stepped up for them every game he's played. He was fantastic against GB, he was good also against South Africa. And this is the break, just picks up at the base, backs his pace, gets clipped as you mentioned. Doesn't have to let go of the ball because he's not held in the tackle, and then that is intelligent to roll the ball over.
Good start for Uruguay once more, but just taking the player out of the air, so Japan will have a chance to respond. 2 converted tries down now. The Brave Blossom 7s. Another penalty. The 39-year-old, extraordinary just to say it, Latianara. Suoka runs into contact. There's Latianara again. Dishes the ball to Yoshizawa. He plays for the Red Hurricanes, Osaka. Latianara again, this time it's Maruo. Intercept, well read by Vinals. The man who wears that face mask. He needed it there, that was a heavy hit.
2 wide offside.
Laser guided perhaps. It was the collision from the intercept.
Back 10. Back 10 step.
I mean, how he has the vision to be able to get the ball on full flight like that, I don't know. But that's impressive.
He has permission to wear that because of the facial injury he has. It is Mathieu Vinals. He throws himself around. I wonder he needs protection.
Offside.
Doesn't deter him, that's for sure. But in fact, sometimes when people wear head guards, they think they're a little bit fearless, and that's a cracking kick to the corner. This is the intercept. Catches the ball and gets a shoulder for his troubles.
Japan, stop.
So Uruguay with the time off at the end of this first half. One final play. Can they add to their score? That's been fizzed out to Vinales. Just loses footing. It's a wet, slightly boggy pitch here in Hong Kong now. It's been raining a lot today. Deos shifts it to Carlos. Deos has a duo for Uruguay. He's pretty sure he scored that.
Check on the side, all right?
I'm all about that.
Demo, please.
Give it the big sell, and there's a chance the referee might not even check. The fen gets thrown away. It's actually a difficult tackle to make. It's a commendable effort from Makushi.
You may award the try.
The try, clear and obvious.
Carlos Deos, just 21 years of age. Big unit. Gets their third score, his second of the weekend. Conversion still to come. Uruguay rugby fans are having a fun time right now.
Well, any South American rugby fan, they do set a standard.
Yeah, Chile and Uruguay, the Rugby World Cup. And the 7th team ain't doing bad either, leading Japan 19 points to 0. Ivo Dragoncic, the head coach there in the baseball cap, doing the talking. Very efficient team, aren't they, Rob? This Uruguayan team, they very well coached. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I think they just try and keep things really simple, which is a clever idea when you're new to the system. So they don't play overly expansively. They have a big set of runners down the middle of the pitch, and they offload well. And other than that, without the ball, they just play with desperation, and that tends to be a very good recipe to do well in sevens.
What a sight that is, Hong Kong Stadium, Sunday night, super session. You're watching the 13th place playoff. Henry Hutchison, just look at that. That's the dedication. Assuming he's looking at analysis
Obviously.
of the semi-final. He did get a yellow card in that game, but Australia will be playing against Fiji tonight. They'll try and stop Fiji winning 6 straight titles here in Hong Kong.
Look, the fact you're looking through a mother's eyes that he was looking at analysis, of
It
course.
was the way he was looking at it. Very focused.
Play on fair contact.
19-0. Uruguay lead Japan in the 13th place playoff. Vinales, nice hands to Carlos Deos. He's got 2 tries already in this game. The big boy's up to halfway. And here's a break now from Alvarez, and he shifts it across to Diego Ardeo. Dr. Diego.
Well, showing everyone up, being an international sevens player and also medical doctor. And it's exactly the game plan. Outside arc, offload, line break, try. Keep it simple. And they do so with these brilliant characters that we're witnessing playing their sevens. And he spoke yesterday to us about just how much it meant for the country, the nation, the sporting sphere to be performed. Very passionate people. He said that was one of the characteristics to be defined by. And keep it coming.
Time off.
26-0 now for Uruguay.
definitely need to find out what that means.
Just wait, please.
Is it a link of a chain, or is it a D for Diego and an A for Ardea?
Just wait.
Could also be a bit of Spanish, who knows?
Let's get Jack Brandon on the case, our floor manager. He'll find out for us.
Wait. Wait for a whistle. Ready? Time back on.
Tito Liechtenstein gets us underway again. 26-0 for Uruguay. 5:30 to go. This is already a record score for them against Japan. I think we're pretty sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing to take from this, and we talked about their success this weekend, they've gone very well. Certainly been GB, which was huge. Competing against the Spanish, losing just by 5, beating Kenya. But I think this, in some ways, is the most impressive. It's their last game. They've battered, they're bruised, but it's the measure. This is a team that they have faced many times in qualification events, and there is a gulf of difference at the moment.
Japan haven't had a sniff. Kurihara, the number 14, into contact. Noguchi sends it out to Tominaga through the hands of Suoka. Latianada, that's that play. We've seen that before in this tournament, and another offload indoors to Big Kameli, but he can't hold on. They did exactly that, Japan, in their previous match.
Same move, same player, same skill set, and unfortunately wasn't quite replicated on the inside because he gets the offload back. There's Latianara, but not able to hold it. Probably confused a few viewers watching who know him as Soijima, but that's his wife's name. He's very adamant on taking Latianara with his Fijian heritage. The second largest island in Fiji, Vanuatu and Sarua, where Ben Ryan eventually is the chief of. Very much proud of his heritage. Just a shame he couldn't quite get his name on the big board.
Well, he came into this event having scored 50 tries on the series. For Japan's been to 2 Olympic Games as well. Remember Japan, they went all the way to 4th at the Rio Olympic Games.
Japan, white. Crouch. Fine.
So we've found out about the celebration from Diego Ardea. We'll get back to that in a second because Japan are on attack here. Noguchi, oh, a little clip tackle from Brazionis. Here's Suoka again, one pass to Kurihara. And Japan finally get a try. We're going to check something here.
Yes or no?
Well, I think it looked like he got it down fine. The one hand put down. We'll see here in the slow-mo. Good effort trying to slap the ball out. Just missed.
You may award the try.
Facciolo, that would have been a great bit of defence, but still something on the board for Japan. Been a frustrating tournament for them, beating Hong Kong in their last game as their sole victory, and you never want to be nailed in sevens. So to get a point on the board, at least there's a little bit of something for credibility.
So 3 minutes to go, 26-5, Uruguay lead Japan. Vinals, lifted high by Cubbin.
Well, he is going to get his name on the board, but it's going to be for a yellow.
Go. That's it. See on the right. That's it.
There's Diego Ardea.
Time back on.
So this try celebration, we understand, is a tribute to his brother, who's playing for the Los Teros 15-a-side team against Georgia in Tbilisi. Oh yeah, they're loving being part full-time on the series. There it is.
Japan, yeah. Good. That's your line. Uruguay.
A bit of yin and yang. Perhaps that's my part done, brother. Over to you.
Numbers, please.
South American rugby in great shape, isn't it? Argentina, Pumas, 7s and 15s.
Are we complete?
Chile knocked out.
Time back on.
Well, they beat USA in a double-header to reach the 15-a-side World Cup in France next year. Uruguay already there. And the 7th team on the World Series as well. Liechtenstein. Braziones. Alvarez. Vinals. Vinals has the velocity. Does Vinals. What a score that is, yeah. Salutes you, sir. I saw some crackers in this game. That's the pick of the bunch.
Just absolutely backs himself and set this crowd going. The midfield line goes back against the grain, beats 2 defenders initially through the line break, then has the pace to get away from the third. All done with his magical mask he's got on his face. Brilliant to see this procession of moments for Uruguay. We witnessed it a couple of months ago as they qualified, and they keep on going. They are the entertainers of this lower half of the draw.
Oh, this guy's been a showstopper. Oh yeah, he's enjoying himself. Matteo Vinals.
Taking a player, taking a lifter. That's it.
33-5. 7-on-6 they're playing. Tough now for Japan.
No 10. Wait, Max it. No 10. Yep.
Suoka. Plays for the Coca-Cola Club, does Suoka, also employed by the Japanese Rugby Union. A lot of these players, almost all of them, are company rugby players, as well as playing for the JRFU. Penalty again. Here he goes again, Suoka. Morita. Kurihara will get his second. Plenty of support for Japan here. It won't be enough, but they have their second score.
They've done so with just 6 men, perhaps asking the question whether attack's been previously, but that is a big carry. The sit-down ball fend. A bit of offloading, keeping that ball moving, and then the injection of the pace, finding that try line. But this will be quite a humbling game for the Japanese.
Yu Kurihara, he's played for Cal Berkeley in California as well. 2 tries for him. Here he is at scrum half. Suoka again. Kurihara can't hold on to that one.
Offside.
Another penalty against Uruguay. Too much line speed. It's amazing they got the energy to do it deep in the tournament. They've lost the handle, Japan. Ball's gone forward. And that will be that in the 13th place playoff. 2 tries for Japan, but 5 for Uruguay. 33-10. Uruguay have beaten Japan. Uruguay take 13th place in Hong Kong. And all these points crucial as we go through the season. So still 4 games to show you in our super session tonight. The 9th place playoff next, New Zealand, Canada. 5th place, Argentina, USA. Then into the medal games, Samoa v France, and then the big one, Fiji and Australia in the cup final. So Japan, we'll see them again. They're a coronation, of course, as are Uruguay. Both these teams will be back at the next events in Dubai and Cape Town before Christmas. There are 11 events on the series. Interesting to see how Uruguay handle the workload. But what a performance from them. 3 wins out of 6 games, beating Great Britain along the way as well. And Diego Ardeo, fine captain of this team. And they deserve the high fives, that's for sure. Being joined on the gantry by Gareth Rees. Reece, what have you made of Uruguay at this tournament? We've got New Zealand, Canada coming up, but they played well, haven't they, Los Teros?
Oh, they have a lot of pride in their performances. New territory for them. In this famous stadium, the rain streaming down. They're putting all these experiences in the bank. Great to see them, given that they're all here in Hong Kong.
And a big opportunity for your boys, Canada, up against New Zealand for 9th place now.
Yeah, not able to get out of their pool. Henry Paul said it is a goal to get as many points as they can on the table. And for New Zealand, of course, uncharted territory. Never before have they missed the top 8. It is match number 42 here in Hong Kong at the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens.